In this session, we're going to look at you and your mindset. You're going to identify your current beliefs about marketing. You're going to explore what your current approach is and find out what your current marketing system is. So many people get trapped into thinking that their work is good enough to speak for itself and they don't need to really worry about marketing. And that might be true, but I feel like I need to address this. So let me start out by discussing my favorite artist, Pablo Picasso. Picasso was an incredible artist, and his work spoke for itself. He was one of the most famous painters of his time, and he still spent time on marketing. Now, Picasso's art is extraordinary, but do you think that he was so extraordinarily gifted that his art was so much better than everybody else's? I mean, it may be the case that his art was better than everybody else's, but the reason his art was so well known was because he brought attention to it, and that's marketing. Marketing is all about taking action. So marketing isn't really that hard, but most people think it is because they don't really understand it. I mean, marketing is not some esoteric function of a business that only a select elite group of people understand. Now, some of the processes in marketing can get really complicated, especially if you're a large multinational company competing on a high level. But since you're a photographer, I'm assuming you're not competing on a high level. So yeah, marketing for photographers isn't really all that difficult. It's just like solving a puzzle and trying to get all the right pieces in the right places. So the most successful marketers care about creating and delivering value to their customers. You're solving their problems, their needs, etc. But the greedy marketer who only cares about his bottom line won't be in business for very long. And if he does somehow manage to sustain his business, it won't be what it could be if he really cared about his customers. So think about this. Marketing is not a one-time thing. You don't stop after your first successful campaign. It's an ongoing process that lives and dies with your business. Okay, so let's look at how you're approaching your marketing. Do you come from having a job working for someone else? So I'm going to make an assumption here. You've likely been an employee before and are just now or recently have made the transition, or you're trying to get out on your own and starting your own photography business. Most people in this category approach their business with a job mentality. But the problem is that with a job, everything was pretty much dictated to you by your boss and your boss's boss, and you didn't really have any freedom to do the things that you wanted to do. But at the same time, you had relatively little responsibility for the actual business. But now as a business owner, you're responsible for everything, and your main job is to get customers, and that's what marketing is. So a job mindset is all about doing work and making money for someone else. So let's contrast that with a business mindset. A business mindset is all about doing work and making money for your business and for yourself. So you got to shift your mindset from a job mentality to a business mentality. So if you have the wrong mindset about running a business, you risk making mistakes that could have otherwise been avoided. Another question you got to think about is, do you feel that marketing is just another aspect of business? While all other aspects of business are important, marketing is really the only part of business that actually makes money for your business. Just about all other aspects of being in business cost you money. And marketing really is the only activity in your business that brings in clients that are ready and willing to buy from you. So there really isn't another function of your business that does this. And I hope that makes sense. So let's look at marketing as a system. Do you have a system? You need a system. So marketing is a systematic process. Well, at least successful marketing is. You have to line every part of your business around your marketing, from the initial message all the way through the final delivery of the product or the service, and even past that to your customer retention. A solid marketing process isn't even seen as a process. It's more like a process disguised as a total experience. Also, marketing is a continuous process. Once you have a good number of clients, do you stop marketing? Well, I sure hope not. Not if you want to continue being successful, or if you don't want current and future competitors to steal your current and future clients. You have to continue to maintain and improve your marketing message. And if you don't currently have a system, don't worry about that. We'll get you to the point where you can set one up yourself. And if you do have a system and your current system isn't working, you'll learn how to set one up that does work. Okay, so let's talk about how most photographers approach their marketing. Most photographers starting out with marketing do so from a mindset of ignorance and desperation. They don't know how to market and they desperately need customers. So they'll take pretty much anyone willing to pay them some money. But if you know where to look, you can get a better understanding of how marketing works instead of learning through trial and error. And if you start out ignorant of marketing processes and try it through trial and error, you'll probably end up out of business before you learn what works and what doesn't. And that's what this is all about. Learning time-tested strategies and practical information instead of some academic theory. So when you understand that marketing begins with understanding your client's needs, desires, fears, problems, and so forth, understanding these things will get you inside the head of your customer faster than putting out a product or service and hoping they buy it. Most of the time, people will begin putting out an advertisement or putting up their website or even creating a brand. The most important thing to understand about a customer is what problems they are having or what their needs and desires are. Otherwise, you just have a product and a service with no real purpose. And when you know these things, their needs, their desires, you can start to create value around your products and your services.